guys, how are you today? Welcome back to the Create Your Dream Business series. I was really overwhelmed with the great feedback I got about the video of yesterday, about the visioning, about people knowing what their dream life looks like. I'm really happy. You guys keep it going. And for those of you who did not join the Facebook group, this is where the interaction should happen. Please DM me and I'll add you to the private group. Anyways, let's move straight to today's topic, which is a really important one that people struggle with, and it's finding your passion and your superpower. I personally have struggled for years to know what is my passion and mission in life, and what area should I focus on and what areas should I say no to. And to be honest, it took me years to get more clarity. And I found a certain exercise. It's a series of questions that I will take you through today, super helpful in identifying and uncovering what potentially I already knew, but I needed a process to take me there. So we're gonna go and do this together today. It's going to be a slightly longer video, but it's really important because this will guide your steps going forward. I also want you not to worry about getting the right or wrong answers. There is no right or wrong answer. Just write the answer that comes straight to your mind. All right. So the first question that I want to ask you is, what are your top 3 strengths? And what do I mean here? Something that differentiates you from anyone else. Something that you do really, really well. Something that when you ask for feedback from people around you or people who worked with you, they know that clearly 1, 2, 3, these are your core strengths. Think about them a little bit. If you need to, please go ahead and pause the video and think about the top 3 strengths. I'll show you mine just as an example. Don't copy them if they're not relevant. We might have some strengths in common. So in my case, my top 3 strengths are 1, developing strategies that work. 2, problem solving, where I can combine the creative part and the analytical part as well. And 3, relationship. I develop genuine connection with my team, with my audience, with my client, because I truly care. So it's easy for me to connect with people and establish a genuine relationship with them. The next question is, what are 3 topics that you can talk about for at least 15 minutes, right now if I ask you to do so, without any preparation? And ideally with some passion or some interest. And you might say, oh my God, 15 minutes, I can't talk about anything. Think again. There might be things that you have gained over, experience, some knowledge that you gained over experience that you can actually give a talk to an audience about because you know this field very well, more than anyone else, without having to prepare anything. Or it could be something that you're really passionate about that you spend your free time reading about, or just training in that area. And then you can just go and talk for 15 minutes without a script about it. All right, time again to pause the video and write down those 3 topics that you can talk about with no script, with no preparation, and ideally with some interest and passion and enthusiasm. All right, I'll show you mine. In my case, I can talk a lot about strategy and business. This is something that I have accumulated over the past more than 8 years actually, working in the field. I can go on stage or just have a one-on-one conversation with anyone about this topic. The second one is leadership and management skills. Through my experience as well, leading teams and clients, I learned lots of skills, whether those are really leadership or business management skills that I can really cover, whether through a formal presentation or one-on-one coaching. And the third topic, it's about personal development. And that's not because of my job, but that's more because of my interest in the area. Actually, I was so interested in that field that I spent so much of my free time reading articles, watching YouTube videos from professionals giving talks about this specific field, or even like paying for certain workshops and programs regarding personal development that I have joined. And doing so have made me the expert in that field. I can easily have a really deep conversation with someone around that topic. All right. Third question. What do you do in your free time? What are articles that you read, workshops you sign up for? Sometimes you might pay for them just because you're really interested in that topic. Think about your previous year, I would say, not just, your last weekend. When you had some free time, when you were browsing online, what are the topics that you read about that get your attention? What are the projects that you volunteer to do, even if you're not asked to do? What are the workshops that you sign up for? What are trainings that you take? Or what are specific discussions that you enjoy joining because they make you, tick? Go ahead and pause the module. Think about these. I'll tell you about mine in a minute. Okay, so mine are, I love to go out and socialize. I'm an extrovert. I get my energy from people. If I feel down, I can't stay at home. I'll feel even worse. I go out, I meet people, old, new, doesn't matter. I need to be outside with people. I love partying, I love dancing, I love talking to people. So this is something I love to do. Talk to people about their life or about their passion, or just go out and dance and have so much fun. I watch lots of movies and read stories. I love stories, you have no idea. They just, get me attached, but also I completely dive in the scenario and the story. I forget about reality. I also love going outdoors, doing adventures, travel, discover new things, try new experiences. For me, first time experiences are the best. Articles I read, definitely business articles and business development and personal development articles. I also take business and personal development workshops, and I'm actually so interested in that topic that not only I take, one workshop that's online, but I actually pay money to join masterminds and to join workshops and trainings in these specific fields, business and personal development, because it's something that speaks to me. So this is what I do in my free time, and these are the types of articles and workshops that I read and participate in. All right, I trust you already have yours. And the one more question. This is the last before we do the synthesis together. Bear with me. I would like you to remember few moments in your life that made you tick. Those moments where you felt proud and self-achieved. Those moments where maybe you have worked so hard the days or weeks or months before, but what happened was so great and so fulfilling that you, in that specific second or moment, forgot about all the effort that happened before, all the sweat and tears, all the long nighters, and you felt that it's totally worth it. You felt proud, accomplished, worthy, and you remember those moments. And if you close your eyes right now, you get goosebumps when you remember those moments. There's no specific limit on the moments that you can cite. The more, the better. Or maybe there's one or two, but we'll derive insights from these. So go ahead and pause the module and do your moments list, and then I'll share with you mine. Okay, so my moment, I have actually 4. The first one comes from my childhood, actually. It's when I was on stage for a ballet performance or a play. I loved being on stage, I loved being under the spotlight, and what I actually loved most was, after the play is over, or after the ballet performance was over, when you do the meet and greet and you hear from everybody in the audience that you rocked it, you were amazing, you were awesome. Call me childish, but I felt like a superstar, and I love this feeling. So this is one. The second one is when I delivered, and that's more obviously recent, a winning presentation to a minister or a vice minister, and got amazing feedback from the client and my team. This really came after long hours and days of really hard work. And you know, that moment when you get this amazing feedback from people who were there, I forgot everything that happened before. I just felt so proud in that moment and so happy and so worthy. And that's something that I don't always feel. The third one is when one of my clients, I would rather call them friend, not client, told me how much I impacted her, and I made her progress like astronomical. And I loved this because I felt that I was of service of somebody else and I did something good. So I loved it. It's just hearing her feedback, oh my God, sparkled like my whole day. I loved it. So I love when I make tangible, positive impact on people. And the last one was when my team that I was managing and leading for months of really hardship told me that I was the best leader and manager they had. So these are my moments. Now we get to the spicy part, and we're gonna start deriving impact. So the question here is, looking back at all the questions that we were answering, what is the common link that brings together your strength and your passion and the thing that makes you tick, that makes you feel alive, worthy, self-accomplished? Look at this list. Try to find a combination. Sometimes it's subtle, sometimes it's not that obvious. Some of you might have already figured it out. We're here at different stages. Some are super advanced, others are not. It doesn't matter. Let's do this exercise. You might discover things about yourself that you didn't think about before. Again, pause the module here, think about the link, and try to come up with some description of what could be something that you can do to the world that makes a great impact on the world, and at the same time uses your key strength and makes you feel fulfilled in an area that you are interested and passionate about. All right, in my case, combining everything from before, combining my love for strategy, personal development, business, but also my love for people and relationships and my need to be out there and my need to make an impact, the link was to use my strategy and personal development knowledge to help talented people create their dream business and life. And for me to feel very fulfilled, I need to make tremendous and large impact because I want to touch as many people's lives as possible. And that's only possible by leveraging the power of social media and the internet. So you see how we started from your interest, your strength, and the things that make you spark, and brought them all together to find what can you offer to the world in a way that makes you feel self-accomplished, fulfilled, and also leverage your strength and your passion. So I really hope you got some insights from this exercise. If you didn't right away, don't freak out. Just, put a pause and then just go for a walk, I would say, or do something else, and think about this while you're doing another activity. Sometimes insights come to you in the most unexpected times. My question and my ask for you is to please share with me your insights. Don't share them just in private. We have this Facebook group and it's a really supportive community. So please share there, if that's not too personal, your findings and your insights, because this will encourage other people who are maybe at an earlier stage in their journey to go ahead and make progress and take, the step forward. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Bye.